So here we go. We were asked, how are we always starting breeding season, pairing season, super duper late, ending it super early, and what's the process on how we go about doing that? And in this video, it's going to be very short, concise, to the point, and labeled so everyone can find it. So we're going to get into it right now. Hey guys, what's going on? Will here, Flawless Crested Geckos, coming to you guys with yet again another video. And we've went over this several times, but I think it was in lives and Q&As, and we want to put this information out right now in a video labeled specifically on how we do our pairings for breeding season. We have a lot of geckos. There's much easier ways to do it. There's a bunch of different ways to pair your crested geckos. We're not trying to say that this is the only way that works, but this is the way that works for us, and it's been working for us for years. But it is quite tedious. It's a lot of work when you have such a large collection like we do. But the smaller collections is even easier to accomplish. What's some of the pros? Number one, you know what, I'll attack the cons. Cons is going to be time. It takes a lot of time, week to week, and a lot of paying attention to detail, where you know you're going to be weighing your males on a weekly basis just to make sure they're not dropping, you know, in weight because they're breeding too much. Now that's really the only con. Outside of that, everything else is a positive. The way we do things here, one of the pros is you're always 100% sure who, you know, mom is. There's nothing wrong with doing breeding groups. We just don't do them. This is, again, our experience. We've been through that process, very early stages. Year one, and said, you know what, that wasn't for us. And then we kind of moved to the process of what we do now. How do we go about doing our pairings? Here it is. We normally do start pairing our geckos the last week of February, and very often we're late and we start pairing into March. But once we start pairing into March, a lot of the time, I mean midway through April, we're done pairing all together. All our males and females go back into their own enclosures and they're done for the season typically. Another pro in retrospect to how we do it is you end up having a shorter breeding season for your male, which keeps him eager and wanting to breed. Therefore, if you were to make in-season acquisitions, you know, put those geckos through quarantine and they're breeder size females, and you want to add, you know, a certain female or two to certain males, those males are ready to go because they've been done with their breeding cycle. Are you guys needing some assistance with your crested gecko breeding programs? Well, check out our Patreon. We've been running it here now for pretty much close to 2 years. Everyone's been extremely excited. We keep adding new perks every time you guys turn around. We give away Xanthics, we give away high whites, we give away lily whites. We actually upgraded this year to, we're giving away over 12 geckos every single year. That averages out to at least a gecko a month, and we've been doing over that. So you are not going to want to miss becoming a part of the Flawless Crested Geckos Patreon family. There's two tiers. There's a $50 tier and there's a $100 tier. You get all your funds back in the form of Flawless Crested Gecko savings account. You can take advantage of having 5% additional off by being a Patreon member, as well as having year-round free shipping. You guys are not going to want to miss this, so go head over to patreon.com/Flawless Crested Geckos. So typically, almost 100% of the time, we move our males. So we move our males into our females enclosure. Our female enclosure are isolated. All our crested geckos are kept independently. We don't keep any in groups. So we'll use our females as numbers. So we'll take our male. In week one, we'll weigh our male. If our male is 50 grams, I'll use that as a good rule of thumb. We'll put him in with female 1. That's on a Monday. The following Monday, we take him out, we weigh him, let's say he's 50 grams still or 49, and we move him to female 2 for week 2. We leave him in for a week. The following Monday again, we take him out. And if he has a third female, we put him in now after weighing him with female 3. Okay, now the third female, if that's the last female that he's being paired with that season, then after that 3rd week, now we revert and start back to female 1. So we continue this cycle week after week after week until we pull fertile eggs out of the lay box of whichever female. Whichever female starts to lay fertile eggs, now that female is X'd off of his schedule. All right. So as you continue to proceed forward with every single week weighing him, making sure he holds his weight and stays consistent, he ends up being paired with less and less females on his list. So ultimately, you'll end up coming to a point where he doesn't have any more females on this list because everyone's laying fertile eggs. He'll be put back in his enclosure. Therefore, his season will be done and over with. A lot of the time, if our males have 2 or 3 females, even 4 females, that male can literally be done breeding within a month and a half, about 6 weeks. He'll be done for the season. Now, like I said before, huge pro is now he's back in his own enclosure. He's very eager to breed, and he's done for the season. So if 3 months into the season you acquire a ready to breed female, you put him through quarantine and he was a perfect pairing for that female, he's ready to go. You know, he's full size and ready to rock and roll. So again, this has been tried and true for us, proven through and through. It's a lot of work when you have so many geckos, but at the same time, as far as precision and keeping lineage intact, it's proved to be our only way really to go, and we love doing it this way. We have our eyes on them, we weigh them. There's a few different things we put into place. Now, you want to be mindful of your weight on your male. Therefore, it depends on a lot of different things, whether he's tailless, whether he has a tail. A lot of our males, I mean, they've been breeding for us for 5 or 6 years. They're stout, they're big. We know exactly how they fluctuate. We have certain males that will go off food and lose 5 to 7 grams. But if you have a gecko that's 55 grams and he drops down to 48 grams, he's still good. And a lot of times, by the time he's dropping down to 48 grams, he's already done with his breeding season. Therefore, again, you put him back in his enclosure, he snaps back with no issues, and you keep on moving. So again, we wanted to put this video out. We were asked actually by 2 different people, one following us over on Instagram, and actually one of our Patreon members didn't really know exactly detailed how we lay things out during breeding season and how we end up starting so late all the time, but end up finishing up on our pairing season so fast during the season. Literally, this is how we do it every single year, and it's worked very well for us, and we're very happy to offer this information from our perspective and our experience to you guys for hopefully you to utilize or give it a try. Anyway, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. It's Will, Flawless Crested Geckos, and we out.